Hey everyone, my name is Eric Hopkins, aka JEL, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So big signing in AEW All Elite Wrestling this week as Tony Khan officially announced on his social media, on his X account, as well as obviously she appeared on AEW Dynamite this week. Mercedes Mone is now officially a member of All Elite Wrestling. This is the standard All Elite tweet that Tony Khan has made famous over the last few years here. And I'm excited about this. I mean, AEW has done a great job as of late signing big name free agents from Will Ospreay. And if you've not seen Will Ospreay wrestle, I highly recommend you go check out his Dynamite match against Kyle Fletcher and his match at Revolution against Konosuke Takeshita. Great matches by this young man. And this week on Dynamite, he also cut an impassioned promo, which I did not realize he had those kind of chops. I haven't even seen a whole lot of him personally myself. I don't watch a lot of New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I mean, I know of Will Ospreay and I know of Kazuchika Okada, which was another big signing that they had. I'm looking forward to seeing what all these talents do in All Elite Wrestling. I'm not even sure if they're really referred. Well, I guess they are referring to it as All Elite Wrestling. I know they changed their logo as of late, and they kind of dropped the All Elite around the outside. So I didn't know if they were actually trying to kind of get away from calling it that and just calling it AEW or whatever it might be. But yeah, this is great news. And once Sting retired at AEW Revolution, and once again, thank you, Sting, for your wonderful career, and thank you for sharing that with us. It feels like AEW is kind of, with the new logo, the new set, it just kind of feels like they're in a new place and they're wanting to kind of start a new era. And with all these new talents, obviously Mercedes Monet used to be in WWE under the name of Sasha Banks, and now she is here in AEW. I think it's going to elevate the women's division, no doubt about it. It's going to do a good thing for AEW in general. And I know there's going to always be the detractors for AEW. There's all sorts of haters out there that want to say, oh, she doesn't move the needle, or oh, the ratings are down, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Warner Brothers Discovery is happy with the ratings that they're getting from AEW, and if that's if they are, well, that's all that really matters. Just enjoy the shows. I mean, and I know that sounds like an AEW fan making an excuse. And don't get me wrong, I want to see them succeed. And they've had some issues with their attendance and things like that as well. But they had over, I think it was like 9,000 people in the arena this week for the debut of Mercedes Monet in her hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. So I mean, every company has their struggles. This company is only 5 years old, and I know everybody wants to say, "Oh, well, they've been around for 5 years now. It's time to let that excuse." They're never going to be WWE, okay? And nobody, actually, AEW fans don't want them to be WWE. Brian Danielson actually had a interview not too long back, and he put it perfectly. He's like, WWE is one way of doing pro wrestling, and some fans don't like their pro wrestling done that particular way, and that is absolutely true. Brian Danielson gets it. And he also went on to talk about how he'll never hold an AEW World Championship, which is, again, at his stage in his career, he doesn't want that. He wants to put over new young talent, and that's the place to do it is an AEW for him. And that's great. And I can't wait to see his match with Will Ospreay at AEW Dynasty coming up in a few weeks here. So yeah, I mean, the AEW is right now is putting on some of their best shows that they've ever done. It feels like, and I know Will Ospreay kind of alluded to this when he was cutting his promo on Wednesday about how in the back there they use this phrase called "restore the feeling," and he said, "Bruv, I am the feeling." So he did a great job with that promo, and I think that's what AEW is doing. They're reviving or restoring that feeling, so to speak. They, with the new sets, they've got their tunnels back that they used to have, the heel and babyface tunnels. It just looks like an AEW production, but it's kind of the production has gone up, and they've improved that production. But it also still feels like AEW. AEW just needs to focus on being themselves and catering to their audience, and hopefully it will draw new audiences as well. Guys like Will Ospreay and Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada, Mercedes Monet now, the women's main event, the women's match main evented on Dynamite this week, and obviously Mercedes Monet is a big part of that. And hopefully the division will continue to improve, continue to get better. We're hopefully going to get talents back like Britt Baker. Jamie Hayter is a talent that they've not had for a while now due to injury. There's all sorts of talents that AEW have in general, not just in the women's division, that are going to be coming back from injury, hopefully sooner rather than later. And when you add all those names I just mentioned, plus you add Adam Cole, hopefully MJF will be back as well. I know there's speculation on whether or not he's still with the company. I think he still is. It's just they've kind of removed his name from the official roster page to kind of give that illusion like he may be gone because of his contract. But I think I don't think they would have set up everything with the Undisputed Kingdom if they weren't going to bring him back. So I think he'll be back as well at some point. They're just trying to keep that under wraps as a surprise, I hope. But also, I mean, there's all sorts of. I mean, we just got Kyle O'Reilly back. We just got Pac back. I mean, if you get all those wrestlers back, not to mention the wrestlers who are healthy as of this point, it is one stacked roster. Now, I understand that could be a problem because there's only so much, TV time as well. But at the same time, it's a great problem to have. And WWE's got a stacked roster as well. That's the thing, and they may get more stacked with people like Miro or a Buddy Matthews or a Malachi Black may all go back over there, especially the latter two wanting to go back possibly to be with their wives. That's very possible as well. I mean, Andrade just did that recently with to be back with Charlotte Flair. So I mean that's totally understandable. And here's the thing, guys. Pro wrestling fans are very tribalistic, and I myself have also had those moments to where I'm just like, yeah, I want my team. I want like I personally prefer AEW. Now I love WWE. I've been watching WWE for 30 years, and I'll continue to watch WWE. I think they've been doing a lot better job as of late since Vince McMahon is now kind of gone. But I think that's great, and I'm glad that both companies are doing well. And that, at the end of the day, is the way us fans should treat it. I mean, we should not be completely like tribalistic and just want our company to do the best. I mean, yes, competition creates success, and the high tides raise all ships, so to speak. But we should just be happy that we're in a place now that pro wrestling is as Rock would put it, cool again. It's just a fun time to be a wrestling fan again, and those times are few and far between. And I think we should just appreciate those instead of be like, oh, like when Mercedes Mone debuted this week, all the WWE fans were just like, "Oh, she's a traitor. She signed with the enemy." Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, the wrestlers in both companies don't look at it like that. The companies themselves don't look at it like that. I mean, Bailey herself was in the crowd of AEW Dynamite. She was in one of the skyboxes supporting her friend as she debuted this other company. And Naomi has done the same thing. I don't know if she was at this particular show or not, but they've been there and supported each other. Mercedes has supported Naomi when she was in TNA. These sort of, I mean, the wrestlers support each other. And the fact that there's other companies that are around now give other wrestlers opportunities to make more money and things like that. They're able to negotiate for it. It's just a good thing for the business all the way around. And if you're wanting one company to fail over the other, you're just not seeing the big picture. And I hate to say it, but I don't know if I would call you a true fan, because you're just being a crazy lunatic at that point, a fanatic, as it were. That's why they call them fans, because they're fanatics. But anyway, I just want to say I think this is a great signing for AEW. I think it's going to be a lot of fun moving forward, and hopefully it'll improve the roster and we'll get good shows as we have been as of late on from both sides. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Mercedes Monet here in AEW? Are you excited for pro wrestling in general right now? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And until my next video, guys, like and subscribe. Take care and God bless.